Hi, everybody. Good to see you all. Thanks for joining Weekly Wednesday. Just double checking that we're live everywhere. If it's your first time joining, I'm Pearson. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Jellypod. And every Wednesday at 10 a.m. Pacific, we dive into the platform and give some updates about what's going on, and just really talk about Jellypod, AI podcasting, and everything in general. Normally, Bilal's here with me, but today's out, so I'll be doing this one solo. But yeah, this is an opportunity just for everybody um, to learn about what we're doing and just a chance just to talk with everybody in the community. So yeah, we open this up to everybody in the audience just to ask any questions or get any help. So I know there's a bunch of you in San Francisco. Um, and upcoming is Tech Week, so that's exciting. Noel, I just saw your message on chat. So this is crazy. Noel's been one of the longest and most incredible Jellypod customers. He's number 111 in business podcasts on Apple. It's incredible. Um, Noel, do you mind? Can you post in the chat? Do you mind if I share those stats with everybody? These stats are mind blowing. It's tens of thousands of listens on his podcast that he's been creating with Jellypod. It's a case study. It's actually the reason why I haven't yet published the case study that Noel and I have done together, because the stats are just uh, absurd, and I want to make sure that we capture these stats correctly and really post this everywhere. Um, so yeah, it's great. Tens of thousands of listeners a month. Um, so yeah, we talked about it last week. He's the cybersecurity guy. He's based in the UK, and his podcast is just wild. In the sense, in the last 2 weeks alone, he's hit over 13,000 listens. And I believe that might just be on one platform, but correct me if I'm wrong. 2,000 listens a day. 2,000. Um, it's incredible, and it's about all the hard work and dedication Noel puts in to the platform. We're here to help you succeed, and you're helping us succeed. So I love it. It's no words. I mean, it's super super cool. I cannot wait for the day where there's a podcast created with Jellypod in the top 10. That might be, um, that would be amazing. So let's keep it up. Let's keep going. Let's keep creating more episodes. These are high quality episodes. These are. I wonder, like, do people know if it's AI, or are people fooled? Are people um, know it's AI and there's like, this is still great content? Because hopefully it's the latter. Um, Fooling people, I mean, it's not necessarily what we want to do. I think it's just content is content. And if they're just not even thinking that it could be AI, that's the world we want to live in. Because it's obviously not slop. If you're getting 13,000 listeners bi-weekly, it's definitely not slop. So super super cool. Um, like we'll share this. We'll um, post it in the chat again. But wait. Yeah, Can you remind me? Is this just on Spotify? Is this across all platforms? Uh, where are these downloads or these listens coming from, Noel? Uh, be super helpful. But Wow. So he says, in the earlier episodes it's obvious, but the more recent stuff, no, people that know me can't tell that it's AI. That's awesome. What's been the difference? I mean, is it more? So that's okay. Cool. It's on Apple. Uh, what's been the difference? What is like why now more recently have they been better? I wonder if it's the new Horizon model or if it's a little bit more of the post processing that you're doing. Um, it's just super cool stuff. Cool. So, um, yeah. So this weekly Wednesdays, we just chat. Give us a space for everybody to come join. Sometimes there's more people than others. We've paused on the email blast just for a moment, um, because right now we're under some like major developments on Jellypod, and there's two big ones that are coming out soon. We're just grinding away on the engineering side. So yeah, we'll blast everybody again and get more people out into these once we have some new feature updates. Working hard. It's been a very fun engineering journey over the last month or so, but hopefully we can get some stuff out and get some new features to you all very soon. Um, yeah, so Mohammed, nice to see you as always. The familiar faces is always great. So, um, yeah. But yeah, how's everybody else doing? How's the week's been? Any questions for me? Anything you want to ask Noel here about how he's getting tens of thousands of listens to his Jellypod podcast? He's the master in the room. He's I've never created a podcast that successful yet. So yeah, it's great. It's so niche. It's so niche that, and I think that's the key. You know, you're creating content that isn't out there that people are looking for. So top 100 is going to be next. Top 100. Billboard 100 on podcasting. No, that's you. um, so yeah, uh, yeah. I just want to make sure that I'll stay on here for the next 20 minutes or so. But if there's any questions about stuff, any feedback requests, let me know, um, and I'll be here. We'll have this little type of chat. Yeah, he'll be tomorrow. T- Tomorrow, Noel's going to be the Billboard 100, top 100 podcasts on Apple, at least on business podcasts, right? Stream Deck. Is it possible to add some functionality of a Stream Deck in Jellypod to make the podcast more like a show? I'm not sure what Stream Deck is really, but I can assume. So let me know if this is wrong. But yeah, so I think the bigger vision of what we're trying to build is being the most user-friendly, easy way to start podcasting. Podcasts today, compared to podcasts 20 years ago, are very different. Fundamentally the same. They're audio first content. But when podcasts first were around, they were just audio. And now we have podcasts that are also video. And so they're blurring the lines between video and audio. But the thing that makes a podcast different from a video is that you can consume that content purely audio. So any video that is in a podcast is just purely visual entertainment and maybe supplementary information that isn't necessary but can help. For example, if you're creating a podcast about finance and you want to show interest rates, the podcast can talk about it all. And maybe it makes sense to show a graph of the interest rates over time, over the last decade or so. That graph is not necessary to the podcast. You're not missing anything if you're not seeing it because the content is audio, but it can help visually. So I just wanted to lay the groundwork there and how I think about podcasting and the future of Jellypod. So going back to your question here about a video, right now Jellypod has basic audiogram video. There's 4 different templates. We have karaoke, we have classic, we have captions, and then we have spotlight. Those are the 4 templates. They're very basic. They're all cool. Some of them have the words on them. Some of them have the audiogram where you see like the little audio lines changing in sync with the audio. It's not necessary at all. It's just something to, allow you to put it on YouTube, put it on Spotify or whatever with some visual because video content is prioritized in some of these algorithms. But going back to what I was just talking about, can Jellypod help you create more engaging supplementary visuals? And I think so. And that is the future that we're moving towards, so that you can come to Jellypod and create a podcast. But it also is a term that I've heard, vodcast, video podcast. Maybe it's just podcast with video. But that's kind of what we're looking to build and what we're actively working towards is being an opinionated platform to hopefully create content that's better than what you would create yourself, accelerated by AI, augmented by AI, and amplified to all these platforms by AI. That is our mission, to help you go faster, go farther, to be more creative, while keeping you in creative control. That's the mission. So that's what we're trying to do. That's what we're working towards. The framework is being built and really excited. That's why we haven't had a lot of new features in the last month or so, but I guarantee you there'll be a lot of cool stuff upcoming. So stick around and yeah, hopefully that answered your question, Mohammed. So yeah, if you're just joining now, hi everybody. We were just talking about our future for Jellypod and some of the success that Noel is having on his podcast. So, tens of thousands of listeners. Here's a tip. I'm not I'm not following here. Here is a tip. But yeah, so yeah, we're just talking about the importance of us to accelerate your creation process, keeping you in the driver's seat. Uh, Hopefully, we're in the business of reading minds, and it's an interesting way to to think about our platform. But you upload source material, you create your hosts, you give us the building blocks, those primitives, those compositional units of podcasting, sources, hosts, the episode title, the episode name. And it's our job to take what you've given us and make something great. You know, hopefully what we give you back is like, wow, that's exactly what I would have wanted my hosts to talk about with this content. That's our goal. And um, that's just what we kind of are aiming to do and to build. And essentially, we're in the business of reading your mind, giving you something that either you would have created yourself or something better than what you would have created yourself and more quickly, keeping you in the driver's seat at all times, making sure that you can tweak and edit if it's not there. Um, and yeah, so that is our motive and what we're trying to do. And as we move towards more of these, uh, without spoiling too much, just like as we move more towards other formats and giving you visual elements, it's going to be very powerful to continue down, uh, to continue towards this mission where, hey, we're generating your audio, we're generating your podcast, we're generating this video, um, and so we want to make sure that anybody that comes to Jellypod, our mission is to allow you to express your creativity, to create something, tell your story, and make that successful. And Harold, I know I think this might be the first time that we've met, but nice to meet you. Our goal is to help people have a successful podcast. And we were just talking about this a second ago, but I don't know if you were here for it. Noel, in the last 2 weeks, his podcast is almost in the top 100 on Apple for business podcasts. He gets over 2,000 listens a day. In the last 2 weeks, he's right around 14,000 listeners. That is our main goal. Can we create a platform for you to be successful at podcasting? Somebody who may not have been traditionally a podcaster, but giving you the tools and the platform to create something great, help you distribute it, make that process fun. That is our main goal. And everything that we build, we're very strategic in the features we add and the features we don't add. Both are equally as important. The interface to create has to be very seamless and easy. That is, at the end of the day, what we're trying to do and how we're doing it. So hopefully that was helpful. Harold, let me know. But nice to meet you. Thanks for asking. I know this is it's fun when people are engaged in the chat over here. So that's exactly what we like to do. Get people talking. So thanks for joining. For anybody else that's just joining now, let me know if there's any questions, tips, pro tips that I could help answer. This is what this time is for. You can just hop on and ask some questions. So, yeah. don't know if you heard my stomach there. It's grumbling. It's time to eat now. But yeah, so um, if anybody else is still on and watching, I know I see people on here, so uh, say hi if you haven't so far. Don't be a stranger. And just remember, I mean, I say this every time. We do this every Wednesday at 10 a.m. without fail. If for some reason it's not happening, it's either a bug. It's definitely a bug. So it's definitely happening. I remember a few months ago actually, there was a time where for some reason there was two streams created and people were waiting on another one, and I was over here and we were talking and people missed it. That was a bummer. But yeah, we do this every Wednesday without fail, 10 a.m. Pacific time. So join, join every week, and then you can be like Noel, and have a ultra successful podcast. You might have to start putting ads in there, Noel. Are you monetizing, or maybe don't put ads? I hate ads in podcasts. Maybe link people back to um, your website. Yeah. Noel, if you're still on and you want to share your podcast here, he's given me permission in the past, but it's called the cybersecurity business, the small cybersecurity guy, or the small business cybersecurity guy. I'll just post this here. This is the one on Apple. So yeah, so he has like 30 or so episodes, maybe a little bit more. Um, it's very, very cool. So yeah, so on Podbean, I see this, yeah, 13. It's so cool. Yeah, Podbean shows right here, 13.4 thousand downloads recently. That's sweet. So cool. So cool. So yeah, Graham Faulkner. That's his host's name, Graham Faulkner. Talking about Windows 11. 25H2 is a quiet security game changer. Like, this is the type of content. I mean, let me just share my screen real quick. I think it'll be interesting. I'll just share right here this Noel's podcast. This is what the webpage here on Podbean. But look, we got a bunch of downloads of 29 episodes. Sorry, Noel, I'm showcasing you. Maybe you'll get some more listens today. But like these are high quality stuff, and they're niche. Hey, you're looking for a cybersecurity podcast for your small business. That is what we see success in. And consistency. 29 episodes. You're not going to get in the top 100 creating one episode, 5 episodes, 10 episodes. You have to get in that 20 plus range to start seeing some traction. And that's proven, 99% of podcasters never get to episode 20 because it's hard, but you have to get there. And that's when you start to see success. I know we have like Michael, who's sometimes on here. He does the Repticon podcast, and he was one of our first case studies that got thousands and thousands of listens, driving new business to his company. And yeah, so that one, thousands, awesome story. We have a lot of different universities using Jellypod now to create content, either supplementary to the classroom, whereas like, hey, here's some news that we think is going to be relevant for our students. And you can listen to this as a podcast curated by that professor, or it could also be more like direct sort of learning and discussion about the content talked about in class. So I've seen both. So yeah, um, yeah. Today's episode, he said, was writing and voiced by Jellypod. Sweet, but um, yeah, this is awesome, Noel. So thanks for sharing. I think Harold really appreciated it to see what you're creating here. And yeah, but if there's no other questions or comments, could end a little early, but I'll stay on until 10:30 just to make sure that anybody that joins is able to see some of the live. Um, there's still some conversation in the live stream chat, so we'll just keep this on. But uh, yeah, and if you like to hear my voice and you want a non-AI podcast, I also do a podcast on Fridays called Creative Flux. Bilal and I just talk about random things in the AI world, technical. It's just something that's fun for us uh, to talk about and stay up to date with everything happening in the generative media space. So audio, video, music, worlds, um, images, yeah, and Harold. So are all the episodes of this podcast created by Jellypod? That's what this question. And Noel's answer is, yep, all voices are Jellypod. So here's some undeniable proof that if you put in the effort and you put in the work and you're consistent, that there is a very awesome payoff here. And Noel is proof, living proof of that. So um, yeah, but I hope you both connect. Um, wow, look at that. When you have IKEA wanting to advertise, you know you have something right. So cool. So cool. I need to write that down, Noel, and include that in the case study that's yet to be published. I'm gonna add these stats. Um, but yeah, very nice. And Harold, I hope that inspires you to stick with it and do it and create some more. And Noel's going to be the first. I think Noel, you're on track to be potentially make some history here. The first AI podcast, mega viral AI podcast, or maybe not mega viral because you don't need virality. You're just going to be, you know, top, like just awesome. So super cool, super cool. Well, um, I'm going to. I think we're right about time at 10:30 Pacific. So we'll sign off here. But Harold, Noel, hope you both connect on LinkedIn if you want to chat more. Um, Connect with me on LinkedIn if you'd like. And yeah, we'll just continue this next week and hope to see you all there. And we'll all be back next week. So, um, yeah. Okay. Take care, everybody. Have a great rest of your week, and we'll see you next Wednesday.